Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today Kondo and I are back to talk about our favourite things in the industry. The things we love the most, always give us a bit of a chuckle or a smile whenever we see or hear it happen. I'm going to kick us off today, and I'm going to kick us off with one that's very close to my heart. Those that like to compliment from a very much muso side of things. So a lot of people go, oh, that was really cool, man. I like that song. That's awesome, and that's super nice. And the crowd, that's awesome to get that feedback. But when you get someone who goes, mate, snare is cracking. That is bonkers. I love the way the cymbal arrangement. I love the way you guys all arrange your different parts. Sometimes having a technical compliment, it's bloody nice because you're like, wow, okay, we took the time. We don't expect 80% of the audience to understand how much time we took. But you understood how much time we took because you get it, because you do it too. So I think someone that takes the time to explain on a technical perspective because they understand how good something was is like a leveled up compliment.
What a good one to kick it off, eh? As a songwriter, I love songs. I think it's one thing to be able to perform really well and like have a lot of energy. But I love bands that have that, but you can like really hear that the songs have been worked on, you know what I mean? Like together as a band or whatever it was and worked on to a degree where they're really well written, they're catchy. And that ties in what I was going to say about this next thing is that I love that when there's tight endings. Like, when the song's finished, it's finished. No, like, noise after. Like, it's just, like, extra couple notes or something. Like, just a tight ending. Leave them shocked.
Yeah, on that, I do like the... On that set description, I like when we're watching a story. And a big thing that I always noticed when I was playing drums as a youngin' was when I kicked off playing gigs, a lot of people would hit the skins, much like a lot of people strum the strings. Not many people drumming. Not many people playing guitar. I like to watch a show. So if we can get a gig where there's bands that are playing a show, it doesn't mean it's going to have to be Paramore level pyrotechnics. But if someone is playing a show and everything from start to finish, they've incorporated the times when they're going to get the audience. They run out stage because they got wireless mics. They come back and they go, okay, this one we're going to bring it down a bit. And then it just feels like it's the right time. And then they come back in, hit it hard and fast. And you're watching a proper show, a story, a musical story from start to finish. That for me is the next level of professionalism. Like you get your ears, you get your bits, like your tight endings, you get all those things. But if you can string together multiple songs so it becomes an actual story, yeah, you've won. So you've won me over.
Yeah. Like those ones, like when you just like transition from one to the other two. I love that, like good transitions where it's like from one thing to the next and you just don't expect it. Nah, spot on. Another thing that I really love, this is a broad term, but just seeing the start of new venues, eh? Like I think, you know, especially if you do it well, I think what the job of owning a venue for live music of any kind, it's just so important, no matter how small or big the room is. You know, I find a lot of the small stages are really cool. Like, I'll use the Precinct as an example. Like, it's just opened up in Nambour. Get yourselves down there. And, you know, it's not the biggest room in the world, but they work perfectly with what they have. It's all about supporting the live music industry. So if you watch that last one with all these pet peeves, they're kind of the anti that, you know what I mean? And it's seeing venues start up and just seeing live music alive and thriving really gets me going, eh?
Yeah, and I think honestly, Kondo, that's a good way to tie it up. The best things that we love about the industry and about Sunny Coast music scene in particular is those that care about each other, the people, the venue, everything that encompasses what the industry is a part of and all the moving parts. Those that care about that, like that's why we have such a good time as a community. All the bands that we're in, that we all get together, and that's what it's all about for me. It's about collaboration and it's about good people having a good time in a good venue. There's nothing much better than that. That's what we do it for, is it not?
I think that's one of the things I love to see a lot is like bands that'll, no matter where they are on the lineup, that'll actually go, no, we'll dedicate specific times in the week to post about this gig that we have coming up. Because that's how you get people there anyway. And like, it takes away from that cocky thing we're probably talking about in that last video. It's like, it takes away from that. You can sit there and be a local band all you want, but if you want to break that stigma, you can do it yourself. You don't need fancy management or whatever to help you. It always helps, but we just did a tour of New South Wales and Canberra and finished in Queensland, and we did that on our own. We had no management, no help, no nothing. We just went out and did it. You can do it, and that's how you break that stigma. You don't want to be stuck in that bubble, I reckon.
Absolutely, and I think my last thoughts on that would just be getting out of that local bubble is definitely something that you are in control of if you want to put the attitude and the effort towards it. But also, getting out of that sphere does not mean poo-pooing any local venue piece of shit, whatever you want to slander it off as. Yeah. That's not the answer. The answer is not, oh, it's bloody small-time local shit. That doesn't win you any friends. That's not what we mean by this. So that's the big disclaimer.
Yeah, big time.
Once again, as the great man Jesse Randall says, it's not a competition, it's a community. And I've got one fantastic man from the community across from me, and I want to thank you for tuning in for another video, this time a bit more of a positive one. I want to leave you guys feeling positive about what 2024 has in store regarding the music industry for the fantastic Chamberlain. Check him out. And for everything I'm doing at the minute. So drop a comment if you have any other thoughts, anything else you love, share something else you love about the industry. And until next time, see you later.